Hi garden friends, I'm here to do science kit number 9, tree anatomy with you. So the first part we're going to do in this is make our KWL chart. So remember we've done that before, and if you need to watch the KWL video, you can go ahead and watch that again, or if you remember how to do it, you're going to make that in your science notebook, okay? And then after you make your KWL chart, come and watch this video. And this is that we're going to work on our labeling our tree diagrams. So we have 3 different tree diagrams. Our kindergarten and first grade got this one where we're labeling 4 parts of a tree. And then kindergarten through, oh, you know what? Yeah, it's kindergarten through first, oh, TK through first grade. I'm sorry. TK through first grade also got this one. This is the parts of the pine tree, and we have 5 parts on the pine tree that we're going to label. And then if you are a 2nd through 5th grader, you got this one that is the anatomy of a tree, and it has your word bank up here with the definitions, and you're going to write in the parts. So I'm going to start with this one. I'm going to do the TK through 5th grade anatomy of a tree first, and then we'll get to the TK through first graders in just a minute. So as I look at my anatomy of a tree, I'm going to use what I know of a tree, and I know that down at the bottom of a plant are the roots. So I have a label here that's pointing down here to what look like roots to me. So I'm going to write roots in this square right here. Okay, and then I can check that off of my word bank. And then the next part, so this is interesting. I have a part pointing here, and I have a part pointing here. So both of those could be the trunk, but then also I notice in my word bank, in addition to trunk, I have something pointing to bark. So either of these could be the trunk or the bark. I'm going to label this lower one my trunk. And then I'm going to label this upper one bark. Now the bark is the protective outer layer of the tree trunk. And remember, the tree trunk is kind of the main support of the tree. So let's see, now here, there's a couple of arrows. There's an arrow here, or a line, I guess, really, right? And a line here, and there could even be a line over here and over here, because I think this label is for the word branches. Branches are the woody parts of a tree that grow from the trunk. So I'm going to write in branches here. And then, let's see, now this one I can tell, it might be hard to tell in the video, but this is pointing right in here to the leaves. So I'm going to write leaves in this one in the center. And we all know that leaves are where photosynthesis takes place, right? Now this one is pointing to the small branches. Those are called the twigs, right? So I'm going to write twigs over here. And then this one, it's kind of hard to tell too, but if you see on your own paper, in the video it might be hard to see, but it looks like there's some apples right there that's pointing to. And so then that's my last word on the word bank. That's going to be fruit. So I'm going to write in fruit, and I will have finished labeling the anatomy of my tree for 2nd through 5th grade. Now, if you would like to go through and color your tree, that would be great. And you can use markers, colored pencils, crayons, whatever you want to use to color your tree. Okay, and now we're going to do, we're going to look at the TK through 1st grade parts of a tree. So we have 2 pages. I'm going to pull this one off. I'm going to start with my pine tree, and I think you'll get the idea. So I'm probably just going to work with the pine tree. For this one, I'm going to need some scissors And you might want some glue. I forgot my glue, so I have tape. So if you're in TK3 first grade, you're going to cut out your labels. And they'll have some dotted lines there that you can try and cut on. And you know, they don't have to be perfect. You just do your best, okay? There we go. That first one says pine needles. Whoops, it flipped over. And then I have the pine cone label. And I have a branch label. It's funny, they're turning over as they fall. Look, that one did it too. And the trunk. Oh, that one did. Okay, and the roots. So then I have my labels, and I have to look at my pine tree and decide where all of these might go. Now, remember, roots are always at the bottom of the tree, right? They're what help hold the tree up. So that one is pointing to my roots. Now the trunk is the center part of the tree that gives the tree its support. Now here, this square is pointing at my pine cone. So I'm going to use the pine cone label right here. And then here, this is pointing to this branch. So I'm going to put the branch here. And this looks like, oh, you know what? Yeah, there's not a branch there. You could almost put the pine needles there too, because it's kind of pointing to the needly part. But there's no branch up here, so I think pine needles better go up here. Okay, and you're going to do the same thing with your other tree label. You've got 4 words down here: leaves, branches, trunk, and roots. You're going to cut those out, and you're going to glue them in the right spot. And when you're done, you can color your trees whatever color you want. Usually they look kind of green, right, with a brown trunk. So take your time, make sure you get the labels in the right spot. If you forget, come back to this video. You can watch it again, or you can ask an adult or a big sibling to help you, and enjoy learning about the anatomy of a tree. Thanks, garden friends.